Passion Pit started with Mike on his own writing songs on a laptop in his bedroom, and we had already been friends and been in bands for a couple years, so we knew each other and had played before. But he did one show where he just kind of sang the songs with the laptop running. It was just by himself, and I basically went up to him afterwards and said we should try this as a full band. I think it'd be a fun project to do, and that was basically it. It started just almost out of boredom, almost out of just kind of looking for something fun to do.
Mike went into the studio with like no material at all, like totally unconventionally, and wrote pretty much the entire record except for a few songs that had been kind of demoed over the previous summer. So he wrote the entire record in the studio with Nate there the entire time doing drum programming. Ian and I were traveling down from Boston pretty much like every weekend, every other weekend to come down, and Ed was still like finishing up school at the time. So like even the last, like not the last US tour, but the one before that, he was still enrolled in college and taking a class while we were on tour. So
that was cool, man.
Yeah. Cool. So the record got recorded, and then immediately after the record was done, literally the next day, we went out on tour for another month and a half, 2 months, and then it wasn't until like we had a break before all this touring that we could actually go into a rehearsal studio and practice for another 5 weeks till we could actually learn how to play all the songs live.
The record has like a whole bunch of different influences when it comes to writing it. Like the main thing is basically pop music and stuff like Beatles or Beach Boys, like kind of like the standard pop music that's always going to stay strong. That's something that I think any of us look up to in the band as something to follow. As far as like some of the other songs in the record, like Folds in Your Hands or something like that, there's a J-pop group called Capsule, and also even something like Michael Jackson. Like it would, if you went down the studio every day, it'd be another song, and you kind of just like listen to it and listen to its form and listen to the production and kind of think about how we can apply that to what we want to do.
I think the internet was one of our main reasons of achieving success, and not like we want a competition on the internet, but like people on the internet, you know, you have much more responsibility as a single person, and people listen to you, and I guess the right people heard the music. I think it was after a show with Girl Talk we did. It was like our 10th show, and after that people started talking about it, and thanks to the internet. Yeah,
it's probably easily said that without the internet and the power of the blog today, that we would not be in Germany right now, we wouldn't be on tour right now. Like the influence of the blog had a huge deal of like how this music spreads so fast and so virally.
Like back in the day, you'd have to go see bands and see all the fans coming before there's internet. But now you can prove to people that people are listening to your music without going anywhere.
Right now, our schedule sees us touring pretty much non-stop until March.
Yeah, because we don't know further.
Yeah, we don't really know. Pretty much, like we know we're gonna be touring on this album for the next year and a half, and we're doing
like a 2 weeks in Germany.
Yeah, we have a Germany a tour coming up.
I think so.
It's on our MySpace, I think.
We're doing like a European tour instead of like festivals and one-offs. We're gonna go through. I think that might be. I'm thinking, I don't know, between October and January. So sometime between then.
Yeah. Once we see like kind of our touring schedule starting to like slow down a little bit, then recording the next record will start to be talked about.